the way of life of the various hill tribes that live high on the mountain. Their culture had been dormant for generations. Nowadays, it is starting to change more according to the trends of the modern world. The old ways gradually faded with time, but some things remain, no matter how much time has passed. In the past, the fields of the hill tribes most are away from the village, traversing the mountainside, sometimes far, sometimes close. Because good plant-growing areas are hard to find, each family had to walk into the deep forest to hunt down each other as they could. When crops flourish because the distance from home is very far. Therefore, there was suspicion that uninvited guests would accidentally come and collect the produce. So there must be some kind of ritual taking place. Begin by preparing a complete table of dishes, savory dishes, desserts, and alcohol for the offering. Thus began the chanting of magical incantations that had been passed down through the generations. The incantation is a curse for those who take things from the farm without permission. After that, the head of the family would order the people in the house do not eat anything from the farm until harvest time. But then something happened. This family has many children of various ages. Little boy, follow your parents to work on the farm. Both parents were busy working on the farm, so he didn't pay attention to the child. The son, who was busy playing, was hungry and grabbed a jujube and put it into his mouth, and followed by another fruit with gusto. Until evening, the three parents and children then returned to the village. The wife has finished cooking the food, so he called everyone to gather around and eat together. Not long after eating, the youngest son fell over, his body arching and his mouth moaning. "My stomach hurts." Mother was frightened and rushed to find herbal medicine to relieve her stomach pain. The symptoms still haven't subsided. The father began to worry that it shouldn't be a normal stomach ache. In my heart, I thought that I wished that it would not be as I thought. Unable to bear it at all, he asked his son, "During the day, besides the rice that was prepared, what else are you going to eat?" The son reluctantly answered, "Jujube." The father was shocked. "Where's the jujube?" "In our farm." "Hey!" Father's heart sank. It was as he thought. Hurry and prepare the necessary items for worship. Grab a flashlight and run to the farm immediately. The road to the farm was completely dark, with only the flickering light of a flashlight leading the way. I was so tired that I reached the farm, put the offerings down and arranged them. My heart is still pounding. His mouth could hardly chant words. After the spell to relieve the curse was completed, it is believed that the spell has definitely been released. I finished packing my things and ran without thinking about my life and returned home. Panting up the stairs, "Ask your wife how the child is." Wife turned away. I only saw the child's head and feet lying on his lap. "Our child has passed away, huh? Huh?" The father had tears in his eyes. His thigh immediately collapsed. "We're already too late." My heart only blamed myself for not being able to save my son. So he let go and followed another wife. The child's body was covered with a white cloth. On the head of the bed there was a kerosene lamp that was lit all night. In the morning, relatives helped to organize a funeral ceremony as usual with a very sad atmosphere. One family had to lose their son with grief. The crops in the field and the life of my son, if I could exchange it. I wouldn't take anything except my child's life. This story is a lesson for the hill tribes themselves. The use of black magic to preserve crops must therefore be done carefully. But for the father who lost his child, I probably don't want to use it again for the rest of my life. This winter, many people like to travel to the high mountains. If you find beautiful flowers or beautiful fruits somewhere on the mountain, then I thought about picking it up to taste or admire. Perhaps there might be a curse hidden among the possessive old tribesmen.